Talk to me about the Murda Unit, man, as best you can, and the book or documentary or both that you guys gonna be coming out with.
Okay, absolutely. First things first. Shout out to Sammy O. Shout out to the big homie.
Shout out to big homie Sammy O.
Absolutely. And we have that book coming out this year. Harlem's own Sammy O. Based on a true story of a Harlem millionaire. And it's all factual. The history is on. And let me say this too. Shout out to Mecca Populous. Shout out to Lifestyle 100 or Living 100. I'm sorry I messed it up. But the guys that do the old school pictures. Shout out to Hot Song Far Rock. Shout out to them guys that keep, the relics and the 80s vibe alive. But I don't think it was no ever like the 80s. Shout out to the 70s, 90s, all that. So I don't think it was no ever like the 80s. That's a boom, not just in street culture, but in America. Credit cards, that's the birth of the joker Donald Trump. There was a lot of money being circulated. You understand? Cities of Miami was built, off the game, and presidents was made, and all type of things was made on our back of these street guys. And we know we're not here to promote it, but it's a part of history because we see it being mimicked. We see it being mimicked in hip-hop. To wear chains and wear diamonds and wear your Rolex and your Brook chains back in the day, synonymous to the Rolexes and the Cuban links today, you had to be somebody. If you gotta have security with this jury, then you don't need to do it. So now that brings us to Murda Unit, right? That's a good segue. Murda Unit is not a gang. It's kind of contrary to what anybody believes. We was a group of guys that started in Harlem. We had some good guys out of Harlem. I'm not gonna mention no names right now. I'll get back with you. But I'm a founder. I'm a founding member. I was there from day one in 1991. I was there, And we had a bat cave on 129th and Convent. We had another joint like on 26th. We had another joint on 65th and Walton Avenue. We had the joint uptown. Sam had the big house uptown. We sleep in that joint 12 deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm 12 years old. You understand me? Ozone. I was doing it before I was 12. So at that time, I was running with my big brothers, man. I say that, my big brother biological, but not really. Me and my big brother's only about a year apart. When I say my big brother, I mean my guys. The guys were young murderers, man, at a young age. I don't even want to brag about it. They were teenagers, so they 3 years, 4 years, stuff like that, 5 years older than me. So of course I'm influenced, but I'm not influenced in the sense of I got to do everything they doing. But I learned, and I went on what we call back in days mission. I went on what you would call now hits. I went on. I done did it all when it comes down. We didn't get into that. You know what I'm saying? But I did it very young. I was in strip clubs with Brucey B when he was DJing at 12 years old and stuff like that. So the Murda Unit is a group of guys, from the same neighborhood. Shout out to 157 in Girard Avenue. Shout out to 153rd in Girard Avenue, South Bronx. And the other sides, shout out to Dearborn once again, shout out to Colton, shout out to 7th Avenue, 8th Avenue, Links Avenue, shout out to Brooklyn, shout out to Queens. We was all over with it. There's people all over that now claim it's tattoos and all type of things. But it's still not a gang. It was just, we moved in unison. So when you move in the way we was moving, it attract people. It attract the women, and eventually it attract the FBI. And that's just the way the game goes. So in those facts, I tell these young guys, chill out. So, the Murda Unit, we partook in street activities, and there's a difference between us and a lot of guys. We did a lot of time. But a lot of guys went away. A lot of guys was killed. The main people went to prison for teens and life. They did a lot of time. So our reign is a long time ago. It's just we so solid and we kept moving through the prisons and if 2 or 3 come home, you know what I mean? That's like 200 people. So that's how it is. You know what I mean? Shout out to my big bro Deuce. He just came home. And that's who I really listen to. Shout out to my guy Goop. That's my big bro. I don't listen to too many people. I don't like too many people. I got my friends is my family. My family is my family.
For sure.
So on that note, it's like, it's a thorough group of guys out of South Bronx. So all we was pressing the rap guys, taking the rap guys' jury, all that. We the only guys that shut down New York City famous nightclub, The Tunnel. Shout out to Nori Noriega, you know, he's one of our guys, you know what I'm saying? And you see, we still here, you know what I'm saying? We ain't go nowhere. We in a lot of these books, so a lot of stuff I talk about is public. It's on record. It's in the, we've been notorious hip-hop cops. You know, I'm on their DVDs, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, from my activities. We're in their books, you know what I mean? The shootout with Little Kim, that's us, Murda Unit and Junior Mafia. You know, it's all history stuff. It's part of history. It's not like we just, digging up old bones. You know, it's just part of history. You know, we was there for all these activities, you know, of the 90s and the nightclubs. Every rapper you could think of from New York, we was in amongst, and they was amongst us. From the Cuban Links, the Jadakiss, the Fat Joes, you know, the Jim Joneses and the Cam'rons, you know, the Charlie Baltimore, that whole era, the beginning of Fuck Daddy and the Mace and all that type stuff. We was in these nightclubs. We was in these parties, you know, and we made a name for ourselves by being who we are. We wasn't being nobody else. We didn't follow nobody. You know, we had influence like everybody else, but it was genuine. We moving, and if you play with us, you know what it is. It's real history. You know what I'm saying? So that's what separated. It's not like, you know, because you got a lot of guys, you got these 6ix9ine kind of characters, man. And they will fool the ladies and the children. We have our children following these knuckleheads. And I'm serious about that. Because these how you say, a wannabe can't teach you nothing. You know, I can teach you, don't be a fool. A wannabe gonna teach you to be a better fool. That's the difference.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because on a different note, that's kind of what I think the Don Diva magazine do to a certain extent. But we ain't got to get into that right now. But I'm glad you said that, for real.
Yeah, it's a big difference, man. And we get lost in the sauce with real and fake. Them words, come on, you gotta have a dude to be the realest dude in the street, don't do nothing for his kids. You know what I mean? So we get caught up in this word real. You gotta be true to yourself, man. True to you. You got children and then a family and a wife, true to them. You know, true to your mother, your parents. That's me. That's where I'm at with. I'm true to my friends. I'm true to that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
True to my loved ones, man.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's where I come from. And you learn different things as you grow. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a bad guy. I wasn't bad to my friends and family. I guarantee you that. You understand? I never talked back to any woman in my family, any elder in my family. You know what I mean? But take me outside in the street. You know what I mean? I'm gonna knuckle up with you however you want to do it. I grew up fighting. You know what I mean? I grew up, you know what I mean? And to be honest, my claim to fame, I'm claiming fame in everything, man. I'm a legend in everything I do. But I was a vicious stick-up kid, man. I was a vicious stick-up kid, man.
Word.
Very good at it. Very, very orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Very good at it. You know, and that's something I took pride in. I think that's what kind of got me stuck in the street. It really wasn't the drug dealers, because my mother used to use drugs. So I never took pride in that. I don't really take pride in it. No matter how it looks or how we love the 80s, it's not that. It's the ambition. It's poor. It's a Tony Montana story. It's these poor kids and young kids doing something that's never been done before, pioneered, and will never be done again. That's why it's crazy. That's what makes the 80s such a, you understand? Like, wow. You mean you was 17, 18 with millions? Grown-ass people can't do that today.
Word.
You know? You're talking about kids buying cars. People are financing these BMWs and Mercedes. Back in the day, these are teenagers was buying these cars cash. My uncle's BMW is from overseas. It came here a year before it came out. It was the only one in the United States of America. That is the BMW that homeboy uses on Don Diva for his story. That's not his car. And that's no disrespect to him. That's just showing that I always felt like a legend in my life, because my uncles were so them guys. You can't find too many guys that grew up like me that can say, yo, I got 4, 5, 6, 7 uncles that were millionaires. Literally and factually. You know what I mean? Everything documented. Sometimes it's a beautiful story, it's just not documented. We would not have the Bible if nobody wrote it down. You know what I mean? Remembered it. We would not have the Quran if they didn't memorize it. You know, and the companions and the Sahabas, et cetera, and passed this down. So you had a lot of great things that happened in the D that we don't have no facts. So when we got facts, it makes the story more authentic, because it's not that somebody else is lying. It's just better with facts. That's just life. It's better with anything I tell you, we can back it up. Paperwork, newspaper articles, we've been on the front, and that's my guys. That's not my old heads. That's not the young guys. I tell them, don't follow us. Because I know my generation is really the last of that generation. Now you got a lot of this camera generation. you know, where they just doing it to do it, man, and it's painful. It's painful to watch these kids throw their life away. You millionaires, why y'all so angry? Why y'all so violent? Y'all got it already.
Word.
You know, but that's where we at, man. That's where we at with it.
All right, now, I'm gonna get into something the people want to know, because the people want to know. You know what I'm saying? Was Kevin? Do you know if Kevin Childs was present at the Apollo when Samuel knocked LB out?